Welcome to another edition of the glittery bones of advertising. I'm Craig McLeod and I don't like to share. That's pretty much the truth of it. I don't like to share anything.
Oh, nice. So is this true confessions? Are we admitting a little bit about ourselves?
Okay, well, if it is, my boy, what are you going to confess to?
My name's John Douglas, and I used to be in the Guinness Book of Records as a footnote.
Right. World-class smoking for Australia, or?
No, table tennis.
Table tennis.
Serious. We Adelaide High School, Adelaide Boys High, I believe it was at the time. We set the record for the longest continuous game of table tennis, 73 and a quarter hours or something. And then a month before, or 3 weeks before the damn book was published, some bunch of toffee-nosed buddy English pricks came along and played for 73 and 3/4 hours or whatever it was, like not that much longer, and picked it. So they got their name in the book, and we got, during the year, a group of students from Adelaide Boys High School in South Australia. So it was a footnote. I am officially a footnote in history. There you go.
Not off topic at all, but
no. True confessions. Like, I might as well make myself look good while I'm confessing something.
Great. Okay, Gabs, what about you? Nice to see you. Lovely to have you on board.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. My confession would be I have a soft spot for toffee ice cream covered in chocolate and biscuit crumbs.
Oh, seamless segue, Gabs. Seamless segue.
Like you're having yourself a merry old time, as they say, hey?
Oh! Hey!
I was late because I had to get my props out of the freezer.
I hope they don't melt between now and then. Knowing you've got a very warm room there to be liaising in. And just for the viewers, we are down to 3 today, but no problem. We shall truck on. Yes. So JD, the bone today is to share or not to share.
Yes. It's shall we look at the ad first?
Okay.
Because I've got issues with
probably a good idea. Let's take a look at it right here.
We've all got one. A mate who always asks,
"Give us a bite."
No matter where you are.
Just a little one.
Or what you're doing.
Go on. Just a nibble.
And because of friends like these, we've made an ice cream snack like this.
Give us a bite.
Introducing new ice cream bites. Bite-sized snacks for everyone.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Who we got?
Oh, wow. Gee, wow. Yeah. Look, the top's off too, Gabs. You're going to whack one of those in the pie hole while we go through bones today, or not?
Why not? Because there's nothing like a little bit of taste appeal and you have to hold it.
Exactly. Look, I'm just going to start out with.
Please do.
If that person who wants a bite of everything was in my world, they'd end up with a really bloody nose often. I do not like to share anything ever. But I will eat someone else's meal, but you can't have mine.
Yeah. No, fair point. Absolutely. Tip of the hat to you there. I would absolutely agree. I think the annoying friend. It's not a friend. He's just annoying. Like he's just annoying. I know what they're trying to do. I know what they're trying to say, but it really that doesn't work. And they've got rid of. It's hard to have a gay time on your own.
It's hard to have a gay time on your own.
I think if they're going to call their product gay time, I think it's hard to have a gay time on your own needs to stay. Like I think they're trying desperately to be politically correct, but the name of the product is gay time.
Yes.
Like, let's embrace the name of the product or change the damn thing. But don't be half-assed about it one way or the other, because now it's just an ad for a, delicious toffee-flavoured breadcrumb coated
Vicky coated. Look, there's nothing better than the gay time other than the Bubble O Bill in my book. And I've got to tell you, why on earth would you go past calling it a gay time? And if you can't have a gay time on your own, then That's what it is. Why would you change it? Why would you go from, I can't have a gay time on my own, which is absolutely brilliant. It's been a line that's been around forever since Adam was a small human. And then you're going now to, something different, but it's not really the point of it, is it? The whole thing for us is this sharing idea and the exercise of whether a plastic bag full of mini gay times is a better way to play than it is to say, hey, here's mine, here's yours, and you can't have a bite.
Well, I have some thoughts on that.
Oh, please. Go ahead.
I did my homework on this one because I'm an avid gay time customer.
Oh, yeah, gay time girl. You're a gay time girl.
You ever buy the standard one, Gabs? The actual one just on a stick? You do?
Yeah.
Right.
I usually have those, but
do they sell those in the supermarket still? Are they still in a box? You can buy like a 6-pack?
Yeah, you can buy
I shall
4
purchase a pack today.
So my thought on it, and I'm coming from a commercial angle with this.
Yep.
I think it's the age-old FMCG trick of how can we make more from less?
Yep.
So I guess for chips, it's so easy, and they do it to us without us even noticing. They reduce the net weight, put more air in the bag, charge us the same for it.
Yeah.
So I feel like NPD, New Product Development, has come up with this new product where they can charge more for less net weightage. And I went and did my homework. So,
we've never had research on the pod before. Gabs, you're breaking
for the 1 litre Golden Gay Time tub, it's 90 cents per 100 ml.
Right.
For the 4-pack of ice creams, it's $1.75 per 100 ml. For these bad boys, $2.76 per 100 ml.
Oh,
Wow.
And
wow.
enter marketing. Let's make it all about sharing.
Wow.
But I think it's absolutely fine. I think it's sharing, but why can't they just say, we've always said it's hard to have a gay time on your own, so we've made it easier to share. Like always that piece that linked
that to this.
Yeah.
Because now you don't have to, because look, here's a bag full of them. Get your mouth around that. Put it in the pie hole.
I don't have a problem with the strategy, Gabs, and as you've set a dangerously high bar. Can I just say,
yes.
I don't have a problem with the strategy. I don't have a problem with the business strategy, with the making more from less. I don't have an issue with that. My issue is I don't think they're building the brand. I think they've just made a bag full of ice cream bites. I don't think they've made a bag full of gay time bites. Do you know what I mean? Like I think,
Johnny, you're saying if you're going to do an ad for a brand like Gay Time, do your research, grab all of that's good from the past, all of the greatness that's been evolved, that has evolved over such a long period of time, building up that equity all the way from yourself, my boy JD, down to younger kids today, such as my own or your own, and everyone in between, Gabs, myself, everyone loves it. Why would you not bring the bit that's so valuable from back there? Or have they done brand research and said, everyone loves a gay term, is not politically correct. We can't use it anymore. We can't even link it. Like we can't even go, that was then, this is now. Is that what they're saying? Because to me, it makes absolutely sense.
Said that. There has certainly been pushback from the LGBTIQ plus community. But the issue, I think, it goes back to the name. Like it's really hard, I would think, to have a product called Gay Time and build the brand, because if you're building the brand, you've got to somehow say Gay Time live on air. You can't not mention the product. It's like cigarettes. It's like it's how can you build a brand without getting into people's heads? Remember Gay Time. Remember Gay Time. Remember Gay Time. If you can't say Gay Time, like either embrace the political incorrectness of it or change the name. Like you can't have two bob each way. Oh, we don't want to change the name. It'd be too hard. It'd be too expensive. You're losing business if you don't build your brand. There you go. There you go. Off my high horse. Sorry. I'm just.
He's coming back in. He's coming back into that segment there. Okay, well, I think it's time to have a little look at our What the Friday.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I've taken it away. I apologize to all the listeners for getting a little bit too emotional.
Please don't apologize. I quite enjoyed that. You called it a high horse, but I would just call it a summation of what you need to do. And sometimes there's a time, if your brand is what it is, you need to own it and believe that you need to spend money on championing it forward and sticking it in the mind of us as consumers. I mean, it's the simple salient message. You want it remembered more than whatever else it is that some muppet looks in the old freezer when he goes in or she goes in to say, give me some of this, or they go in to buy me.
Gloriously delicious ice cream treat.
But anyway, I was headed to the What the Friday, and this week, Gabs has done her research on all things.
Again, and more bloody research.
Byron Bay is a place that it's pretty special to Australia, and sometimes it rains a lot up there, and we've been. I guess we've had a shit ton of rain all over Australia lately. And sometimes when you have a festival, shit gets a little bit funky, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So shall we call it Mudfest? Is that what we're going to call this now? Mudfest.
Well, it's Splendour in the grass. So I guess we could call it Splendour in the mud festival.
Splendour, or just mud in the mud, because there's probably not a lot of splendour going on.
Yeah. I love the never say die attitude of the promoters. It's like you can't turn on the electricity because it's so wet. You can't risk electrocuting 100,000 people
or 10,000 that turned up, maybe 20.
Yeah, but you have to let's just bump up the numbers because more will want to come next year. If they'd have. I understand that it was shit for everyone, but at Woodstock, one of the things that made Woodstock so good was as soon as it started raining, they found a hill and they put in a big slippery dip thing that, thousands of pissed Americans were just sliding down this hill while someone played an acoustic guitar alongside, but all we did was put on a pair of gumboots and walked around and complained. It's like, where's rock and roll? Where
rock and roll, baby?
Yeah,
metal, isn't it?
Yeah, rock and roll. Don't walk over there, though. Yeah, or there. Don't do that. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I guess interesting, right? The way of the world at the moment, and there was a whole lot of social influence activity that didn't get to happen as well, Gabs, wasn't there? There was a whole lot of stuff that was kind of booked and people couldn't put their kit on for the brands that they said they would, so they couldn't influence us on buying those and get, money for that. And it was just a really, bands being moved to the pub and playing on the steps of the pub, blocking Main Street.
Perfect place to put a band, I reckon, outside an alcohol venue. What's not to like about that?
It's not to like that. And with the beach on the other side as well.
It's fantastic.
Although the grass between the beach and the pub was probably pretty muddy by then too.
Yeah.
I think when you're 5 pots in and you're listening to some interesting acoustic vibes coming from the steps, I don't think a bit of mud's going to blow. I mean, yes, it was raining very heavily.
Yes.
I understand. I'm not denigrating the safety concerns of the organisers. All I'm saying is it's a music festival. Yes, it rained. Yes, it rained a shitload, and yes, there will have been safety concerns, but it's a music festival. Where is rock and roll? Where is the spirit of music gone? Sorry, grumpy old man living in the 60s. Do you know what I mean? Am I being too grumpy? Should I just go and take a Valium and a bit of a lie down?
No, you're good. You're all good. Let's slide into our.
No, come on, Craig. Come on. What do you think? What would you have done if you'd have been the organizer of Splendour in the Mud? What would you have done? Come on. I demand an answer, sir. I demand an answer.
I probably think there's not a whole lot you could do when the entire space that they proposed to have it on was literally a quagmire. That's the only way that it could be described. Now, I was chatting to someone else about this, and when I was remembering the days of my early football career back in Mount Waverley and Notting Hill, and how the cricket pitch in those days would turn into what was basically sticky glue-like mud. Now, the only comparison that I can draw is some of the images that I saw across all of the news outlets where these young kids of all sorts of, delineations were there, and they were up to their ankles in this mud. So I don't know whether they could have called it off or whether they could have postponed it or whatever they could have done. But if I was the organizer, I don't think I could have handled it any better than they did, because it was literally a disaster, like an absolute disaster. What happened up there was crazy.
Yeah,
I think they could have called it off sooner, though. I think there were parts of them that were like, oh, we've had COVID, we're finally getting to do this. Let's just press forward and keep going. And then it was sort of at the 11th hour, actually, no, this is not safe. We have to pull out and abandon ship.
Like, pretty tough.
No, it is. I reckon it is really tough, but I think you're right, Gab. I think they probably should have just said 24 hours beforehand, sorry, guys, day one of Splendour, we're going to just... And people would have gone, well, it's a bit shitty, but we understand. And then you would have had a shitload of people go into Byron Bay where the roads don't get muddy, and go into the beachfront hotel or the railway hotel or the bloody, the Byron Bay, any of those fine establishments that serve alcoholic beverages. And people would have found a party somewhere. Like, it would be something to remember. Based around music. Oh,
absolutely. Well, let's leave that mud behind, shall we? It's time for our good friend who's been the celebrity of this episode of the Bones. Gabs, you're humming for harmonics.
I've been a celebrity.
Don't go telling us you've done your research as well. Don't go telling us you've done more research.
Okay. So I'm not going to hum today, but I am going... No, I'm going to play your game that you played with us, where you described like logos or brands.
Okay, I like this. Although I do have a bit of a logo aficionado as my competition for today.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
pumping at the bit.
You are.
Actually, that just looks like an epileptic frog.
All right. First one is Blue Bird.
Oh, Twitter.
Ding, 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 JD. Second one is multicolored.
Hungry Jacks.
Camera.
Canon.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Canon?
Xerox.
Camera.
No, camera. Instagram.
Camera. Yes.
Oh, Instagram. Oh, you're talking about a logo. Gotcha. You're talking about a camera.
Logo.
Right, Instagram. Sorry, yes, that thing.
Okay. Next one is very familiar. We have spoken about it quite recently. Has a G and a G.
Google.
Yellow and orange color scheme. Cursive writing. First word starts with G. Second word starts with G. Yellow, orange color palette.
Oh, I should have been paying attention before.
Oh, wait on.
Oh, yeah, well done. Well done. Yes, you got us. We were too busy thinking about what happened last week. When in actual fact, it was just
talking about it very recently. Yeah,
10 minutes ago.
You didn't mention
Sorry,
brown.
I forgot the brown. All right. Okay, last one is 4 colors in a square.
Microsoft.
Yes.
Oh, God.
JD's too good at this.
Bobbing. Thank you very much.
3, and I only got the one that I did get because I saw it on screen before you did. Well, my friends, that's another edition of the Bones of Advertising. Don't go changing. We'll be back next week.
See you both.
Maybe
Take care.
4 of us. Maybe 4.